From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, June the 9th, 2023. Tensions this morning at Israel's northern border. The IDF said a disturbance developed in the Mount Dov area on the Lebanese border, during which rioters tried to destroy the barrier and threw stones at the IDF forces that was operating there. The IDF saying the forces responded with measures to disperse the protests and will not allow any attempt to violate the sovereignty of the State of Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke over the phone last night with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. The Prime Minister's office saying he expressed his appreciation for the military and intelligence cooperation between Israel and the U.S., which he said is at an all-time peak, and that the two discussed, among other things, the Iran issue at length. Netanyahu reiterated, his office said, his consistent position that returning to the nuclear agreement with Iran would not stop the Iranian nuclear program, and that no arrangement with Iran will obligate Israel, which will do everything to defend itself. A readout from the U.S. State Department includes also that Blinken discussed the need to uphold the commitments made at regional meetings in Aqaba and Sharm el-Sheikh to avoid measures that undermine the prospects for a two-state solution. And the Times of Israel reported that after the call with Blinken, Netanyahu postponed a meeting next week about advancing the E1 building program, which relates to construction of a new neighborhood between Jerusalem and Ma'ale Adumim, amid pressure from the Biden administration. The European Union will co-finance a new section at Yad Vashem, Israel's World Holocaust Remembrance Center in Jerusalem. President of the EU Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, in her remarks today, called the murder of 6 million Jews the greatest tragedy in human history and the greatest shame for Germany and Europe. She said, today we must keep telling the story of the Holocaust, and we must remember the story of Jewish life in Europe, announcing the new section which will focus on Jewish life in Europe before the Holocaust.
The importance of our Jewish roots has too often been forgotten, downplayed, or even intentionally erased. It is time to show that Jewish culture is European culture. This was true 100 years ago, and it is still true today. Europe must value its own Jewishness so that Jewish life in Europe can thrive again.
Yad Vashem expressed its gratitude to the EU Commissioner and shared video of the new immersive experience. Chairman Dani Dayan explaining why it is so vital.
It is only by telling the story of the vibrant Jewish life that existed before the Holocaust that we can fully understand the enormity, the magnitude of that was tragically lost during the devastation of the Shoah.
Well, Team Israel is out of the World Cup under 20 after a loss last night to Uruguay in the semifinals. Uruguay beating Israel 1-0. Reaching the semifinals was an historic and massive achievement for the Israeli youth team at its very first time participating at the U20. Israel's President Isaac Herzog expressed his gratitude to the young men, saying, "You reflect the talented, diverse, and cohesive Israeliness. You taught us a lesson in willpower, determination, courage, and most importantly, in making dreams come true. You opened our hearts. We are proud of you." Over 150,000 people took part in the 25th annual Tel Aviv Pride Parade yesterday, the largest event of its kind in the Middle East, which kicked off a weekend of events for Pride Month. The parade took place under tight security. A man with weapons near the parade's route was arrested just ahead of its start. Tel Aviv Mayor Ron Huldai said Pride Weekend has kicked off with a clear message: we are all equal, we are all people, and we all deserve to love who we want without fear. Israel's official Twitter saying the Pride Parade, which celebrates the LGBTQ plus community, is a vibrant symbol of love, equality, and acceptance. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, June the 9th. Live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by Shabbat services from the Hampton Synagogue. Then it's a look at the dramatic events of the Six-Day War, followed by the film Israel Indivisible. Then a replay from the Hampton Synagogue, followed by a replay from Central. And coming up next, it's a look at this week's Torah Portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, June the 9th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well, and Shabbat Shalom.